Hello guys, welcome back, and today we are going to be doing a happy feel good video. We are going to be watching Truly's brand new Me series, a couple stories of some weight loss successes. And I've seen a couple of their videos before, but I haven't seen this one, so my reaction is completely like legit. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name's Chris. I appreciate you stopping by. I am a content creator who is building my little channel, and I'm developing an amazing little following. I have a medical background and also have a diet and fitness and exercise and health background. I've studied it extensively, and I've also lost weight, been very fit as well. I'm losing weight now. I will be sharing my story and vlogging when I'm a little bit more comfortable. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Like I said, I'm closing in on 165, 170 followers. I've literally gotten like over 100 followers in the past like 5 or 6 days. You guys are amazing, and I am so happy to have you here. That being said, go check out Truly. I will leave the video linked in the description below. They do really nice little feel-good stories, and this is just a nice change of pace from the fat acceptance, girl verse rhetoric, right? And these people are living, walking, breathing examples of the fact that everything the FAs say is not true about weight being genetic, and that it's impossible to lose weight, and that it doesn't make you happy. Let's see some of these stories here, and if there's any maybe little irrelevant parts, I might skip through them real quick, but let's hear their stories. They do nice little features. And I think I'm going to speed them up just a little bit for time. If I have to slow them down, I will. So let's get into this, guys.
When I look at this, I can remember exactly how I was feeling in each photo. It was just emptiness and feeling completely worthless and no self-love at all. And you can see in my eyes how I had given up.
My experience with eating disorders, I've been at both ends of the spectrum. I've had binge eating disorder my whole life, but I also had bulimia in 2014.
Okay, so she does come from a disordered eating background. I have basically those same two issues going on. I went through very big cycles of severe restriction and then binging and stuff like that. Was full on bulimic for many years. It started when I was in I was like 14 years old, and I was a figure skater, and my dad made a comment that I was getting fat. And keep in mind, guys, I was 98 pounds. I used to weigh myself every day, and I just was muscular. And he made a comment about me getting fat and my legs were getting huge, and it just triggered something in me that like never fully went away. So I can kind of relate to her, and I'm really glad to see that somebody is getting a hold of something like this, because the FAs, remember, they only complain about restrictive binge eating or restrictive eating disorders, but they never acknowledge that an overeating disorder exists. There can't be such a thing in their world, because it would make them accountable.
With binge eating disorder, you consume...
Wow, that was her. Look at the difference. Is this not amazing? It says she started out, was it 375? Is she the one?
a large amount of food, and that's how you gain all the weight.
Oh my gosh, and if you see here, this is kind of like, oh my god, I'm like so embarrassed. This is kind of like my body shape, like not that big, but that's kind of my body shape. And it's just bad because it's okay. Women generally carry a little bit more weight around our hips, thighs, legs, stuff like that. We're supposed to. But that weight, that hanging in the abdomen and the distended abdomen, that's the most dangerous place to carry weight, guys. It truly is. If you honestly, it's not good to be extremely overweight at all. But if you are 40 pounds overweight and you carry 90% of it in your ass and your hips, and I have to watch how I say things so YouTube doesn't ground me, it would be less dangerous than if you carried most of it in this area. So I'm glad to see she's really realized she had an issue and took the steps she needed to fix it.
Whereas with bulimia, you still have the binge mode, but...
And the funny thing, a funny fact about bulimia is everybody thinks it is not considered an EDNOS, which is an eating disorder not otherwise specified. It is it kind of falls kind of in the spectrum of both a restrictive eating disorder and a binge eating disorder. But I do believe it's more in the restrictive end. And it's funny because people, know the Anna people tend to be underweight once they get full blown Anna. If they're atypical, they can start out overweight, but then they ultimately have to get to underweight to be traditional Anna. But most bulimics are actually of a normal weight or actually slightly overweight, like to mildly obese. So uh, sometimes they can be kind of hard to pick out of a crowd, if you know what I mean. There's certain things you got to look for that, especially if you've struggled with the disorder or had a close person in your life that struggled with it, some of the signs to look for, like the over exercising or the swollen glands in the cheeks, like the chipmunk cheeks or in the back of the neck. There's just certain things you start to catch on.
You purge after.
It's hard to look back now and to see where you were, and the helplessness and desperation is just horrendous.
And it used to make me so mean and nasty because I was kind of at the height of the bulimic episodes, like when I was working as a paramedic, and I think like my boss and some of my like really close friends at the station were like catching on, because it would get to where like I would go to the bathroom like immediately after we ate lunch, and if I would like they got to the point where they would like completely block me and like just sidetrack me and keep me out of that bathroom for like 45 minutes. And I would get so mad that where I actually just was like, oh, I'm not going to eat then. I'm just not going to eat lunch. I'm not going to do it, because then they can't stop me. And they would yell at me and say, what have you eaten? What are you doing? You need to eat. And I'm like, why are you being weird? And they never said, listen, we know you have a problem. Something's going on. But I know they did, and I know they cared. And I'm still truly grateful for those people that are in my life. But EDs can make you extremely nasty because they become an overtaking factor in your life. They are like that monkey on your back or that devil on your shoulder. And it's unbelievable the absolute power it can have over you.
Going into high school, there was a group of boys that used to call me Bigfoot.
Oh my God, listen, I'm a Bigfoot believer. I go looking for that thing. That's a whole nother show, though, the whole crypto stuff I'm into and paranormal stuff. But that was very rude because she's a very pretty girl. And high school is just so brutal. Kids are jerks. And I wish I knew now, like then in high school, what I know now, and it would have been much easier. But that had to have been so hard for her.
And beached whale. So that contributed to
Oh.
how I dealt with my emotions. I would consume a large amount of food. In year 11, which is when I was 16, that's when I started to starve myself. I would go to school with my lunches that...
And a lot of the time it is in your like teens and preteens where these type of things develop.
Mum had packed and I would throw it in the rubbish bin, or if I was starving myself at home, I would feed the food to my dog and say that I had eaten it. Straight away,
Oh,
that's
I
when my
bet the
binging
dog loved that though, didn't he?
started again, and I started to regain all the weight that I'd lost and then would get further up on the scales than before.
This is me.
I went through a roller coaster with losing weight and gaining
Wow.
weight.
I'm fighting my brain. I just want to binge. I'm so overweight. No one understands.
We always
And I, you know what? We didn't have like this type of social media and stuff when I was like younger and stuff like that, because I'm like an old person. But she's extremely brave for putting herself on camera and you know, vlogging that, because even, you know, it's something you deal with forever, and I will still deal with it forever, on and off. And there's times that are worse than others, but it would be hard to put a camera in my face and show that. I mean, I have a great following. Maybe that would encourage me, and I would like to be truthful with everybody, but I could say something. I don't know if I could actually like vlog it. So she's a very, very brave woman.
just thought that she had a relationship with food that wasn't quite right. So if we ever brought it up, it was just a taboo subject. You just didn't do it.
I think I just felt desperate. As a mother, you're as happy as your saddest child, and I just didn't know what to do with the situation, watching her just starting to fall apart.
I'm 27 this year, and I've wasted so many years. I let my eating disorder and everything else take over, and I cared too much about what people thought of me.
People think, oh, why don't you just stop? Why don't you eat healthier? It's not as simple as...
If it was that easy, though, like I've said before, losing weight is simple, but it's not easy.
That because it had that control over me, my brain would constantly be like, come on, just do it, have a binge, do it, you can do it, it's fine, start again tomorrow.
You'll start tomorrow, yep.
Closed the fridge so many times. I literally just want to eat. No one understands how hard this is. Like, I can't even deal. Like, I
Oh
just
girl,
want to go and eat
oh
something.
girl, some of us do. You're not alone.
I've never been able to express myself with fashion because there's not much clothing range for people that are a lot larger. This is a 3XL.
At my heaviest weight, I felt disgusted in myself. I was ashamed.
And she's
I hid
so
away from the
pretty.
wheel. Only my
And
coach.
even then, she was still pretty. It's just, whenever you gain that much weight, it's like you can see when somebody is pretty or handsome, but when you start getting big enough to where you gain that weight in your face, you start to lose some of your facial features, and you can't see just how attractive somebody is, right? You know, so. And let me know in the comments. This has kind of become like a little ED sesh. Let me know in the comments if you've had any struggles, if you've overcome anything, any tips or advice. I definitely want this community, our little coven here, so to speak, to be a welcoming and open community where we can kind of talk and help each other.
Closest friends and my parents were allowed to see me. I wasn't living, I was just existing, and it got really, really dark.
And literally, I've only just fit the seatbelt.
I got to the point where I couldn't even walk up my path without
God, this is depressing. I am so glad it ends in a better place.
losing my breath.
This is just walking up my path, and like, my legs are already tired, and I'm out of breath. And
Girl is
I knew
doing
that
it
the only
though.
way-
Girl is doing it, and I give anybody like this credit. She's dealing with trying to lose the weight, deal with the EDs, and I give her credit. That's why I get so hard on the FA people and people like Amberlynn Reed and Tammy Lemon and stuff like that, because you know, put your nose to the grindstone like this and see what you can achieve. Anybody can do it.
I was going to be able to lose weight was the gastric sleeve surgery because I was just going to eat myself to death.
I got the phone call and I'm getting my surgery in 5 days. I wore the
Good for her. Okay, so she went with the gastric sleeve to kind of stop those binges physically, you know, so that she could work on the mental aspect. Very good, good for her. And obviously she did what she needed to do to qualify.
on the day that I had my surgery. At the time they seemed small.
Oh my God, guys, I dress so frumpy right now. I mean, I dress like a grandma, I'm not gonna lie, because I have no confidence in myself or in my in how I look. So I am so looking forward to getting some confidence back.
Oh, but
I'm grandma chic, and I'm not knocking grandmas. There's some hot ones out there, but I'm a little young to be doing that yet.
now they are absolutely massive.
I was
Oh,
taken into
that's-
the room. I remember
that's the
crying
money
because
shot
I've never
there,
had such
right?
a big surgery before, so it was all the unknown. I had complication after complication.
I
Oh.
woke up in recovery in a lot of pain. It's not my stomach, it's like the gas.
I was in and out of hospital for 3
It's very painful to have that surgery, but one of the things that's actually surprisingly painful isn't just where they cut your stomach out and whatnot and the incisions, but to make more room in your abdomen. When they do any type of abdominal surgery, they actually fill your abdomen with gas, like with this gas, so it kind of expands your belly so that they have more room to work and see in there, and that can cause a lot of pain, discomfort, gas pain, and you end up kind of having to like burp and fart a lot of it out. That's one of the reasons, on top of blood clots and stuff, why you have to kind of start walking pretty quick after a surgery like that.
months. I ended up having to have 2 more surgeries where they
See, this is an educational channel, guys.
had to untwist my new stomach. After the second surgery, I started to go uphill. A couple of months later, I remember just
Okay,
sitting in the bath
yeah.
and it kind of hit me what I'd been through, and I was like, oh my God, like that's crazy. But also, in a way, I am grateful for everything that did happen. I would 100% go through all of that again
You know, she's got a nice physique now, very athletic
to
looking.
get to where I am. I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
And look at how much more amazing her skin looks. I mean, she just looks healthier, more glowy all around. This is such a glow up.
But it has gotten me to where I am now. I never used to like exercise. My parents would have to literally force me to do any form of exercise, and now I absolutely love running.
Losing all the weight and not having that heaviness on my body, I just feel free and fit
Yeah.
and healthy, which just obviously impacts your whole being, your mental and physical being.
At my heaviest, I weighed 375 pounds, and I now weigh 180 pounds.
Wow, look at this, guys. So if you're not
At my
watching,
heaviest,
if you want to stop and look,
Weighed
look at this.
375 pounds, and I now weigh
Look at that difference. That is unbelievable. She looks like a different person. She looks 15 years younger. I mean, just this is unbelievable. Just this is so great. Let's, you know, give her some love, some hearts in the comments. yeah, I just want to do this like positive, uplifting stuff too. And guys, I've already started talking to some of our members, coven members here, family members, and I am going to be featuring them with their own weight loss success stories that they're sharing with us. So I am very excited about that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do individual videos or put them at the beginning or end of some other videos, these ones, because there's tons of weight loss success stories we can look at, right? But I will let you know, and I'll make sure to let them know so that we can definitely show some love and support for our fellow family coven members who are getting it done.
By 180 pounds. It's like a free feeling.
Inspirational Chris today. I must be like channeling April Lynn since she's back. April Lauren, actually. But I don't know if I'll cover her. I might. But I'm just feeling super inspirational today. And I feel like I'm channeling her a little bit.
Being able to run and have that energy and be able to move my body where I couldn't used to do that.
Great, now time to cool down at the beach.
I think I'm always going to struggle with how I see myself.
My brain, I'm constantly telling myself like I've lost the weight, but I still think I'm as huge as I used to be. And
You will always have those doubts. It just is what it is. But you can get past it. But like I said, the one thing that some people, maybe if you haven't had ED, you can not understand is like you could be recovery for years and things can be perfect. But I never ever fully consider myself fully 100% like done. Like it will always be there. It's always been there since I was, like I said, 14 years old, 15 years old. And it can go dormant for a heck of a long time, but it is something that is going to have to be in the back of my mind, and I always kind of have to manage, and I know my triggers and I know what kind of makes me like gear towards it and stuff like that. So it is a lifelong struggle. So anybody fighting that and dealing with it and overcoming it, it is a lifelong battle, and I give you a ton of credit. And if you want to talk in the comments or message me or something, if you're having trouble or struggling, let me know, because it's good to have a support system.
I have to constantly check either my pictures or in the mirror to tell myself, no, you have.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's hard to believe that you've changed, right? Like my significant other told me the other day that because I still wear like ginormous baggy grandma clothes, right? But he said that he can tell in my face that I've lost weight because I'm down 20 pounds, guys, since January 1st. And I feel like I don't look any different. And my son told me last week when I was on the spin bike, he said, Mom, your stomach looks smaller. Like, and and I didn't, I knew it wasn't rude or anything. I just can't see it. Like, we can never see the achievements in ourselves, and it's so frustrating. I'm like, just when the hell am I going to notice already?
Lost weight.
It blows my mind how far I've come.
Not only did I gain my life back, but I gained my self-love and self-worth back.
And her health.
You did in a bikini. So now being able to be in a bikini at the beach.
Oh my God, she's got the scars. She did the skin removal. She's own those things, girlfriend.
Not have that overwhelming feeling of
Those type of scars you don't ever be. Well, you shouldn't be embarrassed about any of your scars, but you own those. You know what I mean? Be proud of those.
people staring at you and judging you for your size. It's amazing.
How are you proud of Greta?
Amazingly, she's got a new life, she's happy, she's got a good relationship with food, she knows her self-worth. I think that's a really big thing because she had no self-worth before.
Claire's going to win. Claire's going to win against binge
That's just
eating.
so
To us,
great.
this whole other chapter is going to be consigned to the past. It's incredible for us to
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. No, hers is the only one in this one. So okay, this is the only one we'll do in this one. But I'll record another video here with a couple more. Some of these episodes have 2 or 3 people in them. Some only have 1. I think maybe because this one was like an ED one that it just kind of focused more solely on her. But okay, let's see if they have
really
anything
get our all
else.
clear back.
Okay, we'll end there. That's like a amazing shot. Thank you guys for watching. I can really put a lot of these type of videos out along with my FA stuff and everything. There's going to be a lot more vlogs and stuff now that the weather's getting nice and I'm going to be out doing stuff. But I hope you like this, and let me know what you think. If there's anybody who has had a big success story on YouTube or anything that you might want me to take a look at and cover, stick it in the comments. Let me know. I'm definitely up for feedback and interacting with you guys. Thank you for listening to me, like blah, 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 blah. We talk around here. We are crazy and goofy and weird and chatty and when we die, they'll have to kill our mouse around here, and I'm fine with that. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye.